have Perfect Legacy Promotions presents Bread Magazine with my special guest, Mr. Lou Battle, Mr. Love for Sale himself.
How
Um,
you doing?
I'm doing good. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you got going on.
Well, a little bit about myself. I'm originally out of from Montgomery, Alabama. Moved away, stayed in Atlanta for about 9 years, and then came back home about 2.5 years ago. Um, just felt in my spirit it was time to come back home. I'm a rhythm and blues man, more so a blues man. We all started off. I think people get R&B confused, but I think everything that goes within rhythm and blues is R&B. Whether it's R&B, because the what they consider their day, or whether it's blues. I think it all fits. But you know, um, a few things coming up. I got a couple shows in Mississippi, a couple shows here in Montgomery, Alabama. Another show coming up in Georgia. So just a few things. I think during the pandemic you want to be careful, and you don't want to get going too much, put yourself at risk and other people as well. But I'm just a blues man right now. So I'm loving the blues.
All right. So, has the pandemic affected you at all, or has it made your career better?
Um, I would say that it's definitely affected me. Just as it has everyone else. But I think you pull the positives out of everything that happens. I think it causes you to focus a little bit more on the things that you may not have had time to do prior to. So I think in that way, it's been beneficial.
Okay. What does it mean to you to be real every day and deliver in your particular era or in your genre? To be real to everyone and deliver, what you sing about and what you bring to everyone.
Well, for me, it means everything to me. But I mean, I think ultimately that's just who I am. To be real is to know Lou Battle. You know what I mean? I think if someone listens to my music and listen to the lyrics, those are things that I've actually gone through, or seen happen. So everything is real when it comes to me. I never forget when I first started writing Love for Sale. I was just like, the first thing that came to my mind is, I was just thinking to myself. I said, you know, when a man goes through something, a lot of times people never hear it. And I just thought the first thing that came to my mind was, I work hard, 9 to 5, babe, you know, and you ain't gonna find a better man, 'cause I do all I can. And I was just like, dang, okay. And I'm thinking to myself, every day I bring my check home to you. And you say, ain't that what a man supposed to do, babe? And it's like, okay, I say that's the route. People need to hear the story of a man just being hurt, and loving someone, loving a woman, and not getting it in return, and that's okay to say. So being real means everything to me.
Yeah. Okay. This been interesting for me. It like definitely opened up a lot of different platforms because I didn't really know a lot about Southern and blues because I am in South Carolina, so we didn't hear
Okay.
about that here. It was like R&B and pop, not so much Southern soul. Like I was telling your manager, I was like the first thing I ever heard in that genre because they have a big bike fest here, a black bike fest that has over 1 million people every year.
Hmm.
And the first song I heard was Bishop Bullwinkle. He said, "Hell no to the no no." I was like, "No." I was like right over there, like in the middle of it. So I probably heard the song like 400 times. I said, if I hear this song one more
One
time,
more time. I
I'm gonna
know it.
pull my hair out.
I know it. I
Like
know
2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, they playing it on repeat. I'm like, what is this?
it.
Like, what
Exactly.
era is this? What genre is this?
Exactly.
It was like Southern soul and blues and all. I'm like, oh, well, this interesting. And
Yeah.
kind of like start following it with different people. Um,
Yeah.
as far as like with my PR service, I have like John Doe on my PR company, and a couple of other people. So it was really interesting. I was like, wait a minute, I got to listen to this. This something different.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I heard your song and I was like, well, it's interesting. It's
Yeah.
telling the truth, better than some
Uh,
of these people out here not making sense. And
that's right.
like, I really respect your song because of the fact that, like songs like yours so often get overlooked because you like basically singing about real stuff, like what
Right.
needs to happen versus
Right.
people coming out here making crazy songs about crazy stuff and making millions of dollars off of stuff that's not even really relevant.
Right. Right. That's right. I think when I looked at, so if you were to go right now, and the one thing I was just like, what when you're coming up and you're a baby in the industry, and you 18, 19, and I've been doing music for 20 years now. And but when you're coming up, you look at music like you want to do the now thing. You want to do, what's happening, what's going on, what's going on in the current moment. But then when you mature, you realize that you want residual income. You want income streams that's going to continue to go even when you're not as popular. If you look right now, and when Anthony Hamilton came out, and I know Anthony Hamilton's a Carolina guy.
Hmm.
I remember being on a radio run with him when I was in Charleston, South Carolina, and and you look at it now, and this guy's still getting 60, 70, $80,000 for a show.
Yeah.
And that's where you want to be, even when you are not the it factor thing anymore. You want your music to be um, so entrenched in people that they still want and yearn for you. For individuals that get the money right then, I will hope and pray that they hold on to it, because that may be it. But for somebody that is consistent in doing what they do, I think you go a different route. It may be a little longer, but I think in the end it pays off. So that's what I always hope and pray to do.
Yeah. Definitely can relate to that, and that's so true. That's what some of these artists don't really understand. They don't really know the ins and outs. Like, I spoke to a boy about 6 months ago. He had about 8 million plays on the radio and streams, and he was homeless and didn't have money and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute, something going on. Like, every time I cut on the radio, I hear this dumb song and it's your song.
Right,
Like, what's
right.
going on? But not really knowing, like the benefits and the taps about it. He like wasn't even registered with BMI. He like didn't really have nothing in order at all. He just gave the DJ the song, paid him some money. People liked
Yeah,
it, it up,
yeah.
it went nationwide. And in reality, the radio stations, DJs, and all them getting money for his stuff, and everybody getting money besides him. And that's what people in the industry need to know. They need to like do their due diligence in the beginning by them saying that they want to be an artist. They need to make sure that they register with BMI ASCAP. They need to make
That's
sure
right.
that they got everything in place. So then when you do got somebody pushing you, the way I look at it, it doesn't matter if you can sing or if you can't sing. It really
That's right.
it really matters on the team that you have that's pushing you, that's making it look like you doing something. And as long as they stay consistent with it, it'll take you to, the next level.
That's
Um,
right.
like I was saying to Jonda, I was like, yeah, you're a Southern blues person, but at the end of the day, all these rappers look at these blogs, everybody else look at it. You might be opening for a rapper, but in the end of the day, they'll say, who's a Southern blues artist on the Waka Flocka blog or on This Is 50? And they are like actually, check it out to see if that's what they like or if that's what they
Right.
do. So I said,
Right.
the way I feel is long as you're getting some press, it don't matter what genre you are, or it don't matter
Right.
where you coming from. Just long as one person see that you doing something, and they like, oh, this person's staying consistent. Let's give them a try. Or let's see what they got
That's
going
right.
on, because you
That's
never know,
right.
who watching or who checking you out. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right. I agree, 100%. Yeah, I think and a lot of people don't know that they like blues yet until they hear it. I mean, I think when we think we've been in the world for so long, we're saying no, it's no way that person hadn't heard blues before, but
Yes.
they actually may not have. You
Yeah.
know, it just depends on where you grow up, where you're from. What your parents listen to. So it just all that stuff matters. I think,
But the
like you
thing,
said,
but the
old
thing
saying is all press is good press.
That's it. But the thing that's funny is mostly everybody heard of blues. If you listen to like, Bobby Blue Bland and BB King and all that, they like
Right,
actually heard it, but not really knowing that they sing the blues. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah,
right,
I remember
right,
such and such, but not really
right.
knowing, to like after the fact that this is what it is. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. That's right. I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
Well, we definitely glad to have you here at Bread
Same
Magazine.
here.
It'll be available on YouTube, Bread TV, and Smile World TV. Um,
Great.
and we got a couple of other platforms that it's gonna be available on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, and a few other ones. So once again,
Beautiful.
my special guest, Mr. Lou Battle. I should have the flyer for you by the end of the day. I'll make sure I get it to your manager for you to post it, and it should be up in a couple of days. And so make sure you tell everybody where they can find you at on social media so they can get up with you. Make sure you tell them where they can listen to your song at, and
Absolutely.
how they can find out everything about you if they want to get up with you.
Well, everything is Lou Battle, LOUBATTLE, and that is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of the social media platforms. It is Lou Battle. You type in Lou Battle, you will see me. And my music is on all digital platforms. Now just working on a situation where the world's gonna be notified that I'm here. I think a lot of times when we look at who you talk about the music business earlier, and the guy didn't have his paperwork together too. But sometimes you can go under the radar even if you're on the radio, because you can be on the radio and people not even know who you are because they never get to see your visual, you know, and it's just you want to get all those things tied together. So I think at this point, I want to have the same fans that John Mayer has. I want to have the same fans that BB King used to have. I want to have those same fans that will come to listen to me when they sit in the backyard cooking, barbecuing. I want to be in those spaces. I want to be in those spaces right there. So that's what I'm striving for. But you can find Lou Battle on YouTube. Everything Lou Battle.
How did you come up with that name, Lou Battle?
Well, when I was, it's a crazy story. But when I was coming up, my one of my best friend's uncle, his he had a disease where he was losing his teeth, and he couldn't. My real name is Eugene, so he couldn't say he used to say Lou Gene instead of Eugene, so everybody started calling me Lou. And then just what the things that I've been through in the music business, I felt this in my spirit to say I've been battling for a long time. So I can't. That's how I came up with the name Lou Battle. I mean, I've had Lou for the longest, and I just added Battle probably about 10 years, 10, 15 years ago.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's
So
good. Um, I was
funny story.
like, wait a minute, is that his real name?
Yeah.
you know, Well, we definitely glad to have you here with Bread Magazine, and I hope to do some more future stuff with you, and look forward to working with you and talking to you again.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. Shouts out to Bread Magazine, and let's keep it rolling.
All right, see you in Mississippi.
All right, we'll do it.
When
Bye.
she told me to come to Mississippi, I was like, "Oh my God, they hang people in Mississippi." I was like, "I don't know if I want to
you
come
know,
to Mississippi."
I think the worst thing now, is um, coming from slavery and when they would lynch people, but now it's mass incarceration.
Yeah,
A lot of times I think our young people are it's two sets of young people. It's the ones that have the sense and learn from their fathers and mothers and saw where it went wrong and don't want and not going to do it again, but and they're also progressive. But there's another set that is just kind of just following that other way, and they're continuing that cycle, to get locked up, and then when they come out, they can't get a job, so they're forced to do something else besides that. Very few of them are able to sustain themselves once they come out. So,
yeah,
I think the more conversations that we have to the young people, and even people that are middle aged and things of that nature, because sometimes they don't even have that knowledge. But the more and more we have that conversation with, hey, make sure you sign up with ASCAP, make sure you sign up with BMI. You never know when your song may take off. Hey, guess what? It only takes $50. I'll pay you $50, for that.
yeah.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you're okay, and all of that's gonna come back. We just gotta start spreading the wealth and spreading the knowledge.
That's it. You heard it first from Mr. Lou Battle. We definitely glad to have you here once again with Bread Magazine. I hope to talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you so much.